Hello there, grade 4 learners. I'm Teacher L and welcome to our PN Health class quarter 1 week 3. Our topic for today is current health status and body awareness. So in this lesson, we will learn how to check our health, take care of our bodies, and understand what our bodies need to grow and stay strong. Our lesson is based on this competency. Relate current health status to body awareness. Let's understand some important words before we begin our lesson. The first one, body mass index or BMI. BMI is a person's weight in kilograms divided by the square of their height in meters. A high BMI may mean a person has more body fat. BMI helps identify if someone is underweight, normal, overweight, or obese. Next is the hearing test. These are tests to check if you can hear well. They don't hurt and help find out if you have hearing problems. The third term is the vision screening test. This test checks how well you can see near and far. It helps to know if you need to visit the eye doctor. And lastly, dental examination, a checkup for your teeth and gums. It helps to find out if you have healthy teeth or if you need dental care. So these words are all about ways to check our health. Knowing them helps us understand how we can take better care of our bodies. Now let's talk about our height, weight, and something called BMI or body mass index. BMI helps us understand if our weight is just right for how tall we are. We can find our BMI by using this formula, weight in kilograms divided by height in meters squared. But don't worry, you don't need to compute it yourself. You can ask your teacher, parent, or school nurse to help you. Let's look at the categories. If your BMI is less than 18.5, that means you might be underweight. If it's between 18.5 and 24.9, that means your weight is normal and healthy. If it's 25 to 29.9, that means you're overweight. And if it's 30 or more, that means obese, which means you need to make healthy changes to feel better. So what can we do next? First, try to maintain a healthy weight by being active and eating well. Second, move more. Play, dance, run, or exercise to keep your body strong. Third, eat healthy foods like fruits and vegetables and avoid too much junk food. And finally, keep track of your height and weight so you can stay on the path to good health. So what happens if our BMI is too low or too high? Let's talk about it in a simple way. If someone is underweight, which means their BMI is less than 18.5, they might feel tired often, may not grow well, or get sick easily because their body doesn't have enough energy or nutrients. On the other hand, if a person is overweight, that means their BMI is 25 or higher. They may be at risk of having health problems like heart disease, breathing difficulties, and joint pain. It might also be harder for them to move around or do active things. Now, if someone is obese with a BMI of 30 or more, it becomes even more serious. Obesity can cause many diseases like diabetes and high blood pressure. Can also affect how someone feels every day, physically and emotionally. The good news is we can all take care of our health by eating healthy food, exercising or playing daily, sleeping well, and going to checkups. We can stay at a healthy weight and feel our best. Remember, a healthy body helps us enjoy life, play, learn, and grow stronger every day. Let's talk about something we use every day, our ears. A hearing test checks how well your ears can hear sounds. It helps doctor know if someone has hearing problems. It is safe, painless, and doesn't need any special preparation. Here are the different types of hearing tests. We have the pure tone test. Okay, so you listen to soft beeps and say when you hear them. Bone conduction test helps check if there's something blocking your ears. Speech test, you repeat words you hear to check how well you understand sounds. ABR test checks if your ears send sounds correctly to your brain. OA test looks at how your inner ear works. Tympanometry checks if your eardrum moves well or if there's fluid or wax in your ear. Let's now talk about our eyes. A vision screening is a short eye test to check how well you see things up close and far away. You read letters on a chart, just like in a doctor's office. It helps find out if you need glasses or need to see an eye doctor for more tests. Eye problems doctors look for: lazy eye. That means one eye doesn't see well because it doesn't work properly with the brain. Cross eyes, one or both eyes look in different directions. Nearsightedness, you see better up close but far things look blurry. Farsightedness, you see far away clearly but near things look blurry. Stigmatism, everything looks blurry, especially at night. So how can we fix it? Most problems can be corrected with glasses. In some cases, eye exercises or even eye surgery may be needed. Now let's learn about a special test called the scoliosis test. So our spine or backbone should be straight, but in some children the spine can curve to the side like a letter C or S. So this condition is called scoliosis. A scoliosis test helps doctor check if your spine is straight or curved. During the test, the doctor will ask you to stand up and straight and bend forward with your feet together and arms hanging down. So this is called the Adams test. It helps the doctor see if one side of your back is higher or different than the other. Doctor also look at signs like: is one shoulder or hip higher than the other? Does one shoulder blade stick out more? Is the waist uneven? Or is the head not centered above the hips? If the doctor sees signs of scoliosis, they might use a tool called a scoliometer to measure the curve. If needed, they may ask for an x-ray to see the spine more clearly. So it is important to check for scoliosis early so it can be treated right away if needed. This helps keep your back strong and healthy as you grow. Today, we'll learn about the integumentary system. What is the integumentary system? It is made up of your skin, hair, and nails. It protects your body, helps you to feel things, keeps you from drying out, and helps you stay cool. Here are the different layers of the skin. We have the epidermis, the outer layer. It protects you and makes skin color. The dermis, the middle layer. It has blood, hair, roots, sweat glands, and nerves. The hypodermis is the deepest layer of the skin. It has fat that keeps your body warm. Now here are some fun skin facts. Melanin is what gives skin its color. Freckles are from little spots of extra melanin. More melanin means more darker skin and more sun protection. Too much sun can cause wrinkles and even skin cancer. Now check your moles. Use A, B, C, D, E. A, asymmetrical, not even or on both sides. B, borders, edges are not smooth. C, color, different colors in one mole. D, diameter, bigger than 6 mm. E, evolving, changing in shape and size. So if you or someone in your family sees a mole that looks like this, it's best to tell a doctor. So your skin works hard to protect you, so let's learn how to protect it too. Let's now learn about hair, which is also part of the integumentary system. Hair is made up of dead keratinized cells that originate in the hair follicle in the dermis. Hair has no sensation because it has no nerves. Functions of hair is for protection, sensory input, thermoregulation, communication. Eyelashes and eyebrows protects eyes from dust and sweat. These tiny muscles called erector pili cause hair to stand up. This gives us goosebumps. Let's talk about our nails. Nails are found at the tips of our fingers and toes. They are made on a special part of the skin called the nail bed. The hard part we see is called the nail body. It helps protect our fingers and toes, especially when we use them a lot. Nails also make it easier to pick up small objects like buttons or coins because they give support at the back of our fingers. Even though they seem small, nails help us do many little things every day. Now, let's learn about sweat glands. They help us when we feel hot. Uh, there are two types of sweat glands: eccrine glands found on palms, feet, forehead, release watery sweat for cooling. Apocrine glands found in armpits and private areas. Thicker sweat can cause body odor. So sweet helps keep body temperature balanced. Dental examination. Dental exams are important for protecting your oral health. Oral health includes your teeth, gums, and the muscles and bones that help you smile, speak, and chew. Poor oral health can lead to tooth decay, gum disease, pain, infection, and tooth loss. Why oral health affects overall health? Now, poor oral health can affect general health. Tooth loss can lead to difficulty in eating and poor nutrition. Other health problems may follow. So, what can we do? Visit your dentist regularly, brush and floss daily. Now, who helps us with oral health? It is the dentist. They are the one that cares for our teeth and gums, treats people of all ages. Now, there are two kinds of dentists, the pediatric dentist, which is specially trained to treat children, and we also have the dental hygienist, which cleans teeth and teaches oral care. When you go to the dentist, they don't just look at your teeth, they clean them, check for cavities or signs of gum disease, and even look at your face, mouth, and neck to make sure everything is normal. So they also gives you tips on how to keep your mouth healthy, like eating the right food and brushing the right way. By visiting your dentist regularly, you can avoid painful dental problems in the future. It helps you stay healthy, not just your mouth, but your whole body. And the best part, when you start this habit while you're young, it becomes easier to take care of your health as you grow older. Now, let's talk about what happens when you visit the dentist. So, every dental visit may feel different, but usually there are 5 important things the dentist checks or does. Let's go through it, like teeth cleaning, visual inspection, oral cancer screening, fluoride treatment, bite inspection. That's the end of our lesson today. See you again next time. And always remember, a healthy body helps us learn, play, and grow better.